Hello, and this is Big Bang Bot, and welcome to my 5th Let's Play, which actually might be quite long. Actually, it will probably be very long. And I mean very long. Don't worry, I will still make Let's Plays in between this one, like I did with my SpongeBob Bikini Bottom Let's Play, or Me Play. Even though I only did one Me Play in between that. On Walt Disney World Quest Magical Pooping Tour. But anyway, I'm going to play another game on the PS2. And here's this thing. Sony Computer Entertainment Europe presents a game by Naughty Dog. Wait, is that flashing through my TV? Or just the game? I don't know. I'll be playing Jak 2, or Jak 2 Renegade as it's known in Europe. And Australia, but you know, Australia's much smaller than Europe, so whatever. And in Japan as Jak and Daxter 2. So, yeah. Now I'm going to start off by going to options. You have game options, where you can, yes, the vibrations off. Yes, I do want subtitles. Anyway, there's the language. For subtitles, you got English, French, German, Spanish, Italian. To me, that's how the language structure should go when you're comparing European languages. English, French, German, Spanish, and Italian. That just seems right. There's also Japanese. Wait, that doesn't look like what Japanese usually looks like. Oh well. And also Korean. So that's interesting. And I think it's the same with the actual language. I'll be keeping the language in English, but just because I want to, I'm putting the subtitle language on Spanish. Because why not? Anyway, there's the stuff. Actually, yeah, I think that's correct. Because if I do it the other way, I might have more trouble. Actually, I might find it easier understanding if I'm listening to the English. There's no data on Jak 2. I don't care. Because I'm going to create some. Okay, create your game file, game. Sure, it doesn't take that long. Well, it turns out that it does. I just like picking the file second lowest to the bottom for whatever reason. I don't know, I just like doing that.
For every age.
But here comes the start.
The rocks faced such a fire before they were the strength beneath our feet. The plants braved vast winds before their roots could give us life. As a sage of considerable years,
I don't know how many of these words I don't know that I'll actually remember.
Yet the hero
I should remember Rockles though.
champion for all time. Today's the big day, Jack. I hope.
But here's the intro. Back when the game still looked like the original. You'll understand what I mean once they go through there.
Easy for you to say. We did all the heavy lifting.
Now, there's actually a way to play through the village in this game. And I think, I don't know exactly how it works, but it's actually a glitch that's left in the final game. Or you could just use a cheat device.
Still got the mojo. Interesting. It appears to be reading out some
Which is interesting. But oh no, something's going to go wrong. Ooh, scary.
So this is how it happened.
Do something, Jack.
Ooh, scary guy.
This one. Everybody press all the buttons.
Ooh, they're gonna fly into him.
What was that thing?
Actually, they're flying uncontrollably fall through the dimensions.
I want on this thing!
Okay.
Find yourself, Jack!
Everyone gets separated. Now we're in a new place called Haven City. And basically, they end up in Haven City. They're looking around.
Okay, I swear.
And
That's
things
the
happen.
last time I ever touch any stupid precursor crap!
Step away from the animal.
Daxter runs away.
Baron wants you.
Begin the plot for Daxter.
We've been waiting for you.
Don't worry, Jack. I'll save you before you know it.
After you beat Daxter, or after the events of Daxter, maybe even at the end of Daxter, I don't know.
Fire readings nominal and unchanged.
I haven't played the game enough to know what happens at the end.
This one might be different.
He is surprisingly resistant to your experiments, Baron Praxis. I fear the Dark Warrior program has failed.
You should at least be dead with all the dark eco I pumped into you.
What now? Metalhead armies are pressing their attacks. Without a new weapon, my men cannot hold them off forever.
I will not be remembered as the man who lost this city to those vile creatures. Move forward with the
Okay.
final plan.
By the way, this game contains some bad language. I mean, it has a 12 rating and a T rating, and I just need to look some things up.
Ding ding, third floor. Body chains, roach food, torture devices. Hey, buddy, you seen any heroes around here? Wow, what'd they do to you? Jack, it's me, Daxter.
Hello, Daxter.
Fine, hello. I've been crawling around in this place, risking
That's
my
nice to
tail,
know.
literally, to save you. I've been looking for you for 2 years. Say something, just this once.
And it's surprisingly got a 0 all in Japan.
Now we gotta get you out of here.
Okay.
Security locks on the chair, so I-
Considering that this
you can do it.
game has some violence and bad language, I'm surprised it's got 0 all in Japan. Maybe they removed all swearing in the Japanese version. But it still has guns. Or fake guns, but it still has
Remind me not to piss you off.
a bit of
Come on,
violence.
tall, dark, and gruesome. We're out of here. I brought you some new threads. Put them on.
Okay, that's nice to know, Daxter. That's nice to know. But anyway, this is Jack 2. This is the actual gameplay. Here's an interesting trick. If you punch off a ledge, then jump, and then quickly spin, you can actually do a really high jump, which get you to far different distances. It also works in both the first and the third game, so that's interesting. You can no longer roll with R1, you have to use L1, which kind of sucks. But they did that in favour of the guns. So, I guess it kind of makes sense. This will not be 100%. This is going to be any percent. And guess what? Any percent. I am only going to get precursor orbs if I feel like it. I'm not really going to do many, if not any of the side challenges. And while I won't be doing a huge skip, which literally appears right after you finish, which you can literally do right after this part, this level,
Try jumping once, then jump
things
again while in the air to reach
will
that
still
one.
happen. You know what? I'm actually gonna... Where's options? I'm actually gonna switch the stuff over. Because why not? Why could subtitle options also include the text? Oh well. Plus, I can hear Spanish Daxter now. And Spanish Jack. So that's interesting, I guess. Don't know about you guys, but I think it's interesting. I forgot how you got out here. It's been a while since I played this game. Oh, well, I feel stupid now. Was that the way I came in? I don't know. Oh my... I haven't played this game in so long. And I've never beaten it. Never even gotten that far in this game. I mean, I mean, in the first game, the furthest I've ever got was that I reached the final boss once. But I never beat him. In fact, that was just the time when I deleted my file. And then I never beat the boss. And I've just never beaten a Jack game. Maybe except for Jack X, but that's a spin-off. Now, here's an interesting thing about the Jack Daxter franchise. The structure practically, for the series and with the releases of the games, practically works almost the same as the Crash games. I mean, both franchises were made by Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog made 3 games for each franchise. On the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 respectively. Then they made a racing game for both of them. And then they left both franchises, then they left the franchises forever. They gave them to third-party developers, and that was the end of everything. So that's actually pretty interesting. Well, if there's one big difference I can mention is that Crash had a lot more spin-offs, and well, Crash was successful in Japan while Jack Daxter wasn't, which makes me kind of surprised of. Because, I mean, I thought they would have been a little bit more successful, but I don't know what Japan's like. I guess that one reason why is maybe, and this is just a guess, might be because of the violence that was introduced in the second game, but that doesn't explain why the first game wasn't that successful, even though it did receive a best release in Japan. And that doesn't explain why games such as Ratchet and Clank and GTA and Call of Duty were successful in Japan. So, I don't know. Ah, you go through here. There we go. So that, and this game somehow got a serial rating in Japan, which all I have to say is, what? That's confusing. Ah, now I'm noticing the Spanish. Wait, where do I go? Oh, up there. Guys, I've played this game in forever. I'm not completely useless at Spanish or Japanese, I'm just not, you know, amazing. But this game, from what I'm aware, gets really hard. I don't think I've reached an extremely hard mission in this game from all of the times I've played this game, and I had to delete off my memory card to make space for other games, but I can still tell you that this game can get hard. Ah, I didn't notice that. Die! 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 Die!
Puedes saltar más si haces la voltereta.
Hay movimiento en el nivel 1.
It's always good to look around. Now I ain't gonna get into something I was thinking of talking about in this part. And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna talk all about many different languages, because why not? First off, I miss language selections in games. I really do. They sound stupid, but I really do. I mean, by playing games, you can actually learn a bit of a new language with your common sense. Which is actually quite cool. Surely you can change the language settings on your console, but that completely changes everything. Plus, you might not always want to play a game in a different language. It's just so much simpler just picking a different language on the actual game.
No hay escapatoria.
And there are some precursor orbs where it's practically a one chance thing. I mean, the final level, if you miss any of the precursor orbs, the end, you can't get them again. So if you want to beat this game 100%, you have to collect everything in the final level on your first try. If you miss them, you're dead. You can't beat the game 100%. It's absolutely over. But back to languages. Now, sometimes languages can just be evil. I mean, surely that languages... Surely I know why languages exist. Surely every language can't be the same, but they can still be evil sometimes. I'm just gonna go, as I said before, I'm just gonna go get precursor orbs if I see them, or if I feel like collecting some.
Somos libres, Jack. Gracias a mí. Es agradable respirar aire fresco, ¿eh? Ya verá ese varón Praxis.
Hey guys!
Hola, forasteros. Me llamo Cor. ¿Puedo ayudaros?
Pareces un tipo bastante razonable. Quiero información. ¿Dónde diablos estoy?
Lo siento, es que esto de la conversación es nuevo para él.
Bien, mi furibundo amigo. Eres un invitado de su majestad, el varón Praxis, gobernante
Baron
de
Praxis is evil, in case you don't know.
El amable varón me ha invitado a su prisión.
Ya sea en la celda o en la ciudad, las murallas nos rodean a los dos. Todos somos sus prisioneros. Creo que estáis en el sitio equivocado, en el momento equivocado. Yo de vosotros me largaría. Por orden de su eminencia, el gran protector de Villa Refugio, el varón Praxis.
They're gonna kill me.
Los presentes quedan bajo arresto por sospecha de hospedar fugitivos de la resistencia.
No, I don't want the subtitles desactivated.
No querrá decir rendíos o morir.
No en esta ciudad. Si nos protegéis de los guardias, conseguiré la ayuda de un amigo.
Anyway, I'm gonna kill him. Then I turn into Dark Jack, who is basically a stronger version of Jack, and he has like the most awesome design ever. Like the most epic thing ever. It's just so epic. And speaking of the cover art of this game, in America it's generic and I don't really like it, but the PAL box, it's really cool. I mean, it's got Jack running into the screen with a gun and it just looks really cool. And the Japanese version is like a mixture, just a picture of Jack's face, and it's a mixture between his normal self and his dark self, and it looks so epic! I want to play the Japanese version of this game. And that's not just the language change, that's literally like, you know, using as the actual Japanese version. I'm gonna get in this thing, and now I'm gonna find Torn. And this might take a while, so yeah. So join me in part 2 where I go back to talk about languages.